available without the TIF. Now, folks, that's not an editorial. That's what the Tennessee Municipal Advisory and Technical Service at the University of Tennessee says about TIFs. And it's important that you realize what they say, because they are the authority that comments, if you will, on this kind of legislation for every municipality in the state. And so it's not basically a subsidy at all, according to the Tennessee Municipal Advisory Service. It's a way of providing dollars to pay for improvements without creating a debt for the city and the county. And you're doing it with the developers' money is what it amounts to. Now, whether you want to say the Tennessee Municipal Advisory Service is bull, you can if you want to, but you need to understand what we basically are saying. Is there any other discussion?
Well, I won't say that these, excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
No. Is there any other discussion?
Point of order.
Point of order. Yes.
Do I not have a right to speak?
You just spoke.
I haven't finished.
Okay.
Normally, when someone develops a piece of property, the developer is responsible for paying all the public improvements, unless a city agrees to provide those public improvements. In this case,
John, that was true in Tennessee up until passage of this act, and this act set that aside. The Tennessee Code 753.312 basically said to cities and counties in the state of Tennessee, whether this is good or bad or not, I'm not the one to judge that, but that particular code says to encourage retail development, then you can do it this way. And that's what the Tennessee Code says. Now, I'm not saying that's good, bad, or indifferent. Tennessee Municipal Service practices it is. But it's not a debate. I'm just trying to clear up what the point is. Further discussion.
Mr. Chairman, would it be oversimplified to say that without this development, including the TIF, this money would not be existing? What we're discussing, the money that's in question would not even exist without the development, including the TIF.
That's what the Municipal Advisory Service says, Jack.
So, the county and the city would have we wouldn't even be discussing unless we do the project, including the TIF. And I think what your figures are showing is that the county and the city will gain from this, even while the TIF is being paid off.
Correct. Further discussion.
I have one point. It's tough for us as a board whenever we are recruiting, whether it be a manufacturer, a retailer, developer, whatever, for us to say, okay, we really want you to locate here. How much are we willing to invest in order to get you here? Everybody in this room has probably been involved in some sort of recruitment and seen the different deals that we've proposed to different manufacturers to locate. Some were giving away a lot, some were giving away nothing, or in between. Then I started thinking about, okay, how much money should that industry make off us recruiting them here, or a developer in this case? Well, what is that right number? Should they be able to make 5%, 15, 20, 30? We've all had economics classes, risk and reward. How much risk are you willing to take? You might not take any risk and get 2%. We all know the more risk you take, the more reward you're expecting on the tail end. And how do we quantify that necessarily as a board. I think that's it's just a tough predicament. I mean, we've got to make, at some point, we have to make the call.
I think we need to move forward with the project in a systematic way, being sensitive to the issues that have been presented today. I don't think we ought to let this project, I'm pleased that we have developers that are still trying to be progressive and helping Morristown. And I think we need to systematically, I don't know what I mean by that other than say we need to keep this project alive and we need to keep the TIF alive and go forward with it, being sensitive to the issues that have been presented here today. I think we ought to address those as we go forward. But, to me, this is progress.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to address Mr. Crane's comment. And again, I'm not a financial expert, but I believe bankers do that every day when they make loans. And I think that's the way you look at these projects. And I'd like to make sure that this board and everyone here understands, I'm not saying I'm against this project. That's not why I'm asking these questions. The reason I'm asking these questions is we are responsible, I as an appointee of the city, to make sure that what we do comes under the law and is legal. The law is very specific in terms of the but-for clause within the law, regardless of what you said a few minutes ago. And as a board, we have that responsibility, as does the city and county. And all I'm asking is that that be included in the economic impact statement. I believe that the developers can show that. And when they do and put it in the statement, then it won't be an argument when it comes to the city and county. We will have done our job.
Any further discussion? Anyone? Are you ready for the question? You've heard the motion to approve the TIF project for Masengill Springs economic development area, excluding renta property. There being no further discussion, Madam Secretary, call the roll. If you're in favor of the project of economic impact study, say yes. If you're opposed, please say no.
Mr. Ramsey.
Yes.
Ms. Schuhart. Abstain. Mr. Stroud.
No.
Mr. Ball.
Abstain.
Ms. Briggs.
It's a very difficult decision. I think the issues that have been brought up concern me. However, I have never voted against a job for this community. I don't intend to now, so I vote yes.
Dr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Crane.
Abstain.
Mr. Fishman.
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby.
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes.
And Ms. Wiggington.
Abstain.
You have 6 for, 1 no, and 4 abstain. The motion is carried. Any further business to come before the board? Today, anybody have anything that they'd like to bring forward? Not the chair, I entertain motion to adjourn. So moved. Order. Wait, we adjourn.